is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing. I know you do, baby. I'm coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right. Nothing down to fuck all, borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it all... The song of death is sweet like a fly to the ointment. Your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your...
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canadian motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is the whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's what you have in your hand is a truly hideous thick tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The blades come squeaking to a halt. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, was this not the same Elon that founds empires and lays waste to... Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand, abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a mind. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some water. The shards face outward. Whatever broke, a fine web of scarring covers the back of your... More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too... like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the... A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her more... She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words... Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestra.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to... Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then there was. I think you screamed that you didn't. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And it's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is...
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol Park.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier, another part of the world.
Glad to have been of assistance.
The window stands broken. The morning light hurts your eyes. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul utterly. And it needs through a PA system. By other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Makes him small. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mud. Looks like the bird was ripped off. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. The part of the world you are in, right? The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the Bart.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the... She just, you know...
His eyes dart from left to right.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
A competent work of taxidermy. Looks like the bird was ripped off. This is the great skua. The small steel tag says as much.
Look, your buddy... Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you. Concentrate.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket. As you approach, he narrows his eye. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. So
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just... Okay, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from I suppose you could be impersonating him.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad, and isn't.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. But again, you mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
The man with the unimpressive beard.
Mr. Gart.
Yes?
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell...
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took...
No, I only just got here. It was probably...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use.
You said you just got here. From...
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that. Detective...
He probably means this is where you step in. His face expresses profound doubt. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted a... That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style, unified currency and the
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they? If...
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock worker. The locals, the customers, the people who eat.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it...
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with it. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
As you blow this joint, behind you, a whiny voice shouts.
Real mature, man. Real mature.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help? Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's right.
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements, the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay. No problem.
She's very well composed, back straight.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them.
box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back. 1. Standard work boot. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toe. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced. 4. Standard work boot. Number 44. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. 5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same makeup. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. 8. And yet another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in...
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. Interesting. Let's name it the odds. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? You're right. Let's keep a low profile. A week, maybe? 7 days would...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. The lieutenant's eyes narrow.
Either way. What else?
inconspicuous pile of the roofing material Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid palettes, easy on the eyes, rhythmic pattern, calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vartna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence, this trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost...
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouth!
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected, more fever than odor. Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat sticks. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. Sure you do. You just threw up a lot. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't, there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the wipe check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and vapor emanates from the large engine. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago. Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
nor does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday, then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too. No, this is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mailbox does not know how to man up. It is a simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Workers on strike. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the...
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries. And they're...
Ask for his conclusion.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. Us lorry drivers, camionneurs, you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
I'm okay, man. Just, the jams got me down. The fumes, the chemical rainbows, the tarpaulin stretch.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong.
Don't be a stranger.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been... A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian king." As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, well, he blew through the whole national treasury. Starting the decline, his own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy. On the instant, stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored, he called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships. During the turn of the century revolution, most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought the statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics, and thought those critics might have it wrong though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face, not that he ever did in life either. The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response wherever this woman is. Your words.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
The physically impressive man tower has turned his attention back to the gates. He ignores your presence.
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful, not toy. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union...
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
given a job to do.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
What is what? It's if you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals...
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like, you need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't know, really long. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh.
She looks up from her magazine.
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors... Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my...
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes.
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved. Even people who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Oh? Don't push your luck, Runt.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyamdall. Rows and rows of Hyamdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyamdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyamdall, maybe 100. Man from Hyamdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyamdall and the fourth, not even close. Man from Hyamdall in hell. Man from Hyamdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Hyamdall under the lake. Man from Hyamdall, nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background pain. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems an endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel, that price is steep. But then it's the 3rd edition mega setting supplement, so it makes sense. The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinique. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the river Espre. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there. But you feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, archipelagos, north disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also you see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtain.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books?
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alert. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, this is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her... Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her? What's wrong with her? Can't she do anything right?
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, Just as you're about to pull apart the...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're dumb if you decide to open them.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture...
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little...
I warned you! You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Yes?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Sermonese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Ow, shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to... I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirit.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in... There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How, sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly... Maybe later? What is this? Casual right now, motherfucker. What happened, man? Get your drink on and your... A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane.
Why the yelling, man?
Looks like a sow descendant. A lot of sow dock workers around.
Really? You woke me up for that? Fine. That's the name of my employer. How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. Then you understand the gist of it. For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say. They got it. Majorette's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was. Yeah, what about it? You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a den. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern? I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead. You heard what I said.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. We are the workers. The union. We know what we need. Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor. He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.